What's good, everybody? I'm the coming attraction, and welcome back to another Madden gameplay. Today we're going to be simulating 10 years into the future and see what the NFL is like. To do this, we're going to be taking quarterback Lotto Fat onto the Cleveland Steamers in a franchise mode and simulating from there. So guys, we did simulate the first season, and of course the Cleveland Steamers did not make the playoffs because they suck. But what did happen is Patrick Mahomes won the MVP. Of course, keep that in mind, guys. Patrick Mahomes did very good in this simulation. And behind Patrick Mahomes' MVP season, he also led them to the Super Bowl. However, they subsequently ended up losing it 20-17 to the Saints. And rumblings of Sean Payton somehow being the best ever started? Whatever. And thank God Adam Gase was fired. But also some marquee head coaches were fired, in John Gruden, Sean McVay, Mike Tomlin, Mike Zimmer. Interesting. So then we started simulating into the second season, and oh my goodness, would you look at that. Patrick Mahomes is the MVP again. And that wasn't the biggest surprise, but what was a big surprise is the Chiefs didn't even make the playoffs. Instead, the Broncos took their slot from the AFC West. And then look at this, you even had the Cowboys making the playoffs. This really is a simulation.
Got him!
Then we ended up simulating to the Super Bowl after that, where the Green Bay Packers actually ended up taking on the Denver Broncos, which is interesting. I guess Drew Lock is turning up.
Drew Lock has a horse cock!
And it looks like that turns out to be true, as the Denver Broncos win the Super Bowl 28-21. Or at least I thought. After looking at the stats, it turns out Colin Kaepernick is actually the starting quarterback for the Denver Broncos and threw for over 300 yards. Crazy world. And now we're into season 3, where things start to get a little bit different, as on the Browns, Nick Chubb's up to a 97 overall, and Odell Beckham is at a 93. Stinky. Russell Wilson ends up winning the MVP this year, and somehow the Jets make the playoffs. And then the Packers end up facing the Colts in the Super Bowl and win 17-38. And then this is where things start to get sad and reality punches us in the face, as superstars Julio Jones, AJ Green, and Von Miller end up retiring from the NFL. Everyone's getting old. Now we're into season 4, and Tom Brady is a 71 overall in his 23rd year.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
Like Brody, just retire. And a very unfamiliar name, as Nick Mullins somehow wins the MVP for the New Orleans Saints.
Who the fuck is that guy?
And we may not know who that guy is, but Nick Mullins ends up leading the Saints to the Super Bowl, winning 29-21 over Buffalo, and throws for 282 yards and 2 touchdowns. Whatever, yay. And now as we move into season 5, finally Tom Brady retires and Matthew Stafford takes over as the quarterback for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Super sad, but Aaron Rodgers also retires and Jordan Love finally gets to take over the throne. And EA is officially giving my homeboy the grapefruit treatment as he wins his 3rd MVP of this simulation already. And the Cowboys not only make it to, but win a Super Bowl? Come on, bro. I thought this was supposed to be realistic, dog. Oh my god. And as expected, more player retirements happen, as Rob Gronkowski ends up retiring from the Buccaneers after 14 years, and JJ Watt ends up retiring from the Cincinnati Bengals. I'd retire too if I played for the Bengals. And John Gruden ends up retiring after coaching the Houston Texans. And now we're into season 6, and Lotto Fat is looking thick as ever. And dude, I don't know what it is with the Jets, but the EA developers have a false sense of reality of what's actually gonna happen. And it's weird, but after taking a deeper look, Lamar Jackson actually isn't the quarterback of the Baltimore Ravens anymore. I think he got hurt or he got cut or something, so I don't know how they're doing so good. And in case you guys lost count, this is Patrick Mahomes' 4th MVP of this simulation already. And again with the freaking delusion of the Cowboys making the Super Bowl. At least they lost, though. That's kind of realistic. And of course, my homeboy tore it up, throwing for over 300 yards and 3 touchdowns in the Super Bowl. What's new? And going into season 7, no major team changes, but Odell Beckham's career is kind of hitting the toilet as he's down to an 84 overall. And this is now 5 MVPs for Patrick Mahomes. I know he's good and all, but do we really have to suck him off this hard? And guys, at this point, I can't even make this up. I can't make this up. The Chiefs and Cowboys face off in the Super Bowl again, and the Cowboys win a Super Bowl. Come on, EA. And don't get me wrong, I like Dak, so at least he did his thing, threw for almost 200 yards and 2 touchdowns. Not bad. And some very big retirements happened this year, sadly, as Aaron Donald retires, DeAndre Hopkins retires, and Russell Wilson retires. And Odell Beckham has just had enough of getting pooped on in Cleveland, so he also retires. And now entering into year 8, it's starting to get a little freaky, as a bunch of creative players are starting to take over from quarterback, as Ryan Young is the quarterback of the Seattle Seahawks now. Weird. And this is 6 now. 6. MVPs for Patrick Mahomes in this simulation. So fake. And once again, a little freaky as created player Ty Rodgers comes in second. It just looks like he has no soul. And there's a consistent theme here that lets you know this is an EA game. The Jets making the playoffs and the Cowboys making the Super Bowl. And both of those happen here again. And the Cowboys somehow win. EA wants them to be good so bad. They're going to go 8-8. That's just how it is. It's also been interesting how good and consistent the Broncos have been, especially since their quarterback is Baker Mayfield. I would not use those two adjectives to describe him. And another retirement as porn star Jimmy decides to tap out and call it quits on his career and hangs up the boots. Heading into the 2029 season, Lotto Fat is still looking fat as ever, and things continue to get weird and different as the Eagles, Falcons, and 49ers have created quarterbacks that don't exist in the real world. Deshaun Watson wins NFL MVP, which is a refreshing change up from Patrick Mahomes winning every single year. And I've officially lost my mind. The Giants, Washington football team, the Bengals, and the Cowboys have all made the playoffs. This is unbelievable. And if you're a fan of any four of those teams, let me know down in the comments how it feels to make the playoffs, because it will never happen in real life. And to cap off the madness, the Bengals beat the Panthers in the Super Bowl 31-21. Joe Burrow balled out though, throwing for 250 yards and 2 touchdowns, so I guess I can't hate too much. He's a beast. And shockingly, after only 10 years of simulation, EA doesn't have the capacity, apparently, to simulate anymore, and they force you to retire. Unbelievable. The stash must come to an end. Look at this though, EA is so broken it literally won't let you go back into the franchise mode. You did go and look at some career stats though, and Patrick Mahomes ended up being the all-time leader in completions, passing yards, passing touchdowns, and MVPs at 9. Unbelievable. Well, that's going to do it for this simulation. Thank you guys so much for watching. It was really interesting, actually. Some crazy stuff happened, including the Cowboys winning a couple Super Bowls.
Got him!
If you guys would like to see more content like this, please be sure to like and subscribe. I really enjoyed it, so it'd be fun. But as always, I'm the coming attraction, and thanks for stopping by.